Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, August the 1st. Crazy. It's August already. Happy Llamas if you are celebrating anything seasonal like that. Uh, Otherwise, we are going to get through the day. Hope you had a good night. Today, we're going to look at new releases that are fantasy and science fiction. Every day of the week, we look at the new releases that are being set into the wild this week, and every day is a different genre. On Mondays, we look at cozy mysteries. On Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. On Wednesdays, we look at romance. And Thursdays, like today, we look at fantasy and science fiction. Tomorrow is Friday, Freeform Friday, and we look at whatever I want to look at. All right. Quick announcements. We do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book or work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day. It is time carved out for your self-care, whatever it is that is your happy place. We just listen to ambiance, and I just create that space for you. All right, let's jump into fantasy and science fiction. Zealots and Zeniths, cozy fantasy. That's becoming a big thing now. By S. Usher Evans, 7th in the Weary Dragon Inn series. And it looks like they're cranking them out. Summer has arrived in Pig's End, and it's not just the sweltering temperatures putting everyone on edge. It's the 6th anniversary of the war ending, and a cadre of soldiers is camping north of town to keep the peace and monitor for strange activity. Rumor has it a rebellion is brewing, one that threatens to plunge the country back into war. Not that anyone in Pig's End is keen on that. At the Weary Dragon, Bev's playing host to the usual set of travelers, including Butcher Valora's old commander, Andres. The retired kingside soldier came to visit his dear friend as well as provide some insight into Bev's mysterious past. But when the Queen soldiers find themselves the victim of mischief in their encampment, they've got one suspect, Andre. Bev's on the case to clear his name, but things aren't quite as simple as they seem. Could Andre really be fomenting rebellion in plain view, or is there something else more magical happening? Read it and find out. Good morning, Elena. Did you have a good night last night? I'm glad to hear that. I had a pretty good night too. I did some crocheting and listened to an audiobook. Yes, August 1st. Goodness, isn't that crazy? The year is going by fast. Beneath These Cursed Stars by Lexi Ryan. Princess Jaslyn has a secret. Armed with an enchanted ring that gives her death's kiss, Jazz has been sneaking away from the palace at night to assassinate her enemies. Shapeshifter Felicity needs a miracle. Fated to kill her magical father, she's been using her unique ability to evade a fatal prophecy. When rumors of evil King Mortius's resurrection spread through the Shadow Court, Jaslyn decides to end him once and for all. Felicity agrees to take the form of the princess, allowing Jazz to covertly hunt Mortius and starting Felicity on the path that could finally take her home. While Jaslyn teams up with the charming and handsome Kendrick, Felicity sets out to get closer to the wild Fae King, Misha. Kendrick helps Jaslyn feel something other than anger for the first time in 3 years, and Misha makes Felicity wish for a world where she's free to be her true self. Soon the girls' missions are at risk right alongside their hearts. The future of the human and Fey realms hangs in the balance as fates intertwine. Between perilous tasks, grim secrets, and forbidden romances, Jaslyn and Felicity find that perhaps their stars are the most cursed of all. Yes, yes it is. Navigational Entanglements by Aliette de Baudard. Jockeying navigator clans guide ship. Let's try again. Reset. Jockeying navigator clans guide spaceships through the Hollows, an area of space populated by the mysterious but deadly creatures known as Tanglers. When a Tangler escapes the Hollows for the first time in living memory, each clan must send a representative to help capture it. But the mission may be doomed, and the hearts of two clan juniors may be in danger also. Viet Mi is not good with people or politics, which is a problem when the Rooster clan sends her on the mission against her will, forcing her to work with an ill-matched group of squabbling teammates from the rival clans, including one who she can't avoid and maybe doesn't want to. Hakuk of the Snake clan has always been better at poisoning and stabbing than at making friends, but she's drawn to Nee's perceptiveness and obliviousness to social conventions, including the ones that really should make Nee think twice about spending time with her. But when their imperial envoy and nominal leader is poisoned, this crew of expendable apprentices will have to learn to work together fast before the invisible Tangler can wreak havoc on a civilian city and destroy the fragile reputation of the clans. Along the way, Nee and Hakuk will have to learn the hardest lesson of all, to see past their own misconceptions and learn to trust their growing feelings for each other. Blade of Mercy by S.E. Babin, second in the Book of the Virago. Sorry, coffee was desperately needed. Corruption grows within the stones of Luna, jeopardizing all the lands of Lunamore. Harlow is safe in the Kingdom of Shadows, nursing her jagged heart but avoiding her sister. Sensing her reluctance to mend fences, Shade gives her a time limit to put herself back together and step up to become the warrior she's always meant to be. But when Bloom returns, bearing an urgent message, Harlow has no choice but to put her grievances aside and learn to harness her magic once and for all. Desminda stands at a crossroads, a throneless queen who can fight for her people or slink away into exile, losing her birthright and everything she's ever known. When she learns of the corruption seeping into Thornwood, she realizes she can't reclaim her throne alone. Together, Desminda and Harlow will travel the lands, seeking allies to force Thornwood's usurper into submission, but greater forces are at play, sundering their partnership, leaving Harlow at the mercy of witches and Desminda to gather allies using only her charm and wits. Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan, first in a series. A tale for everyone who's ever fallen for the villain. When her whole life collapsed, Ray still had books. Dying, she seizes a second chance at living, a magical bargain that lets her enter the world of her favorite fantasy series. She wakes in a castle on the edge of a hellish chasm, in a kingdom on the brink of war. Home to dangerous monsters, scheming courtiers, and her favorite fictional character, the once and forever Emperor. He's impossibly alluring, as only fiction can be, and in this fantasy world she discovers she's not the heroine, but the villainess in the Emperor's tale. So be it. The wicked are better dressed with better one-liners, even if they're doomed to bad ends. She assembles the wildly disparate villains of the story under her evil leadership, plotting to change their fate. But as the body count rises and the Emperor's fury increases, it seems Rey and her allies may not survive to see the final page. Okay. The Mirror of Beasts by Alexandra Bracken. Why does that name sound familiar? This is a sequel to Silver in the Bone. With the dream of Avalon in ruins, Tamsin and her friends are all that stands in the way of Lord Death's plans to unleash the horrors of Onwin on the world of the living. As the wild hunt carves a bloody path across continents, Tamsin is mustering allies, tracking down powerful artifacts, and traversing into new other lands in search of a way to stop him. Legend tells of a mirror of beasts powerful enough to trap even Lord Death in its accursed glass, but the mirror is not all that it seems. Tamsin must confront her own darkest secrets if she hopes to tap the mirror's strength and defeat her enemies. Oh, goody. A new X-Files. I used to love that TV show when it was first coming out. Hi, Elena. Hi, Emily. This teacher is not happy that it's August 1st. I'm sorry. X-Files Perihelion by Claudia Gray. The truth is out there, but so are lies. Fox Mulder and Dana Scully are still reeling from the death of their son William as they struggle to find purpose away from the X-Files. Though their current relationship is tenuous, they hope to seize their second chance to be a family despite the many questions surrounding Scully's pregnancy. Again? Then the FBI asks for their help on a case that hits all too close to home, a serial killer in the Washington, D.C. area who targets pregnant women. The killer appears to possess a mysterious, uncanny power over electricity, which is enough for the Bureau to reopen the X-Files if Mulder and Scully are willing. They cautiously agree, concerned about the safety of their own unborn child, yet committed to finding justice for the killer's victims. But the return to the FBI sparks the interest of a shadowy cabal, the heirs to the now dead syndicate, and Mulder and Scully soon discover that what at first seems to be just another X-File is connected to a worldwide threat on an unprecedented scale, one with their own future at its heart. We'll need to tell Sarah about that one. Speaking of Sarah, her package should be delivered today. Nine-Tailed by J.C. Lee, first in the realm of four kingdoms. An enemy on her tails, an innocent at her side, and a dangerous power within her that could destroy them all. This is Korean folklore. Sunny Cho aspires to be the dullest, least interesting person in any given room, which can be challenging for a nine-tailed fox spirit. So she drifts from city to city, staying clear of any and all attachment, and keeps her fox buried deep inside her. It is better this way. She would rather live as half of herself than risk losing control of her terrible powers. Ethan Lee, a friend she left behind 8 years ago, is a brilliant and distractingly hot PI. When he tracks her down and asks her to help him find his brother's murderer, Sunny knows her uneventful life is about to be turned upside down. Traversing the mortal realm and the world of gods, Sunny and Ethan discover their quest is much more dire than mere vengeance, and their friendship might be more. An ancient evil is stirring, and Sunny is faced with an impossible choice: save the worlds from annihilation, or claim the love fated by the heavens. Can't we have both? Both, please. The Duke's Treason. Now that is a beautiful cover. Looking forward to Sarah's reaction video. It would be nice. There's some things in there. She probably won't get it today. It's going to the house, so Garrett's going to have to bring it. It would be nice if she did film it because there are some treats in there. Fourth, In the Poisoner of King Fountain by Jeff Wheeler. I almost forgot to say the author's name. True loyalty is revealed in difficult times. When trouble comes again to the court of King Fountain, it is trumpeted by Eredur's defeated foe, Lord Devereux. He was the ally of Queen Morvared, who nearly vanquished Eredur in the fog-choked battle of Borehamwood. Now he has seized the fortress of Avaranche and plans to hold it at all hazards and unite disaffected countrymen under his battle flag. Anchoret Trianui, Trinoi, the poisoner of King Fountain. I'm trying the names. I'm trying. Must once again partner with John Thursby. Well, there's a very plain name. A night watchman and once Devereaux's sworn man to aid Lord Horwath in bringing the rebel to heel and punish him for his crimes. But treason is in the air, and the attack on Avaranche is just the preamble of a gambit that could end in Eridor's first defeat and third time losing his crown. Third time's the charm. For the fountain has already whispered the king's brother will be king. Dude, it's not yours. When Shadows Grow Tall by Marissa Voss. None of us know how to pronounce the names until audiobook comes out. That is true. I try. In the grasp, capital G, a realm on the threshold of enlightenment, the Dactyli guard the fading embers of their ancient brotherhood, dedicated to the pursuit of absolute truth. Lovelace and Gunner, two of the Order's last rangers, find themselves on the precipice of a changing world. When the Order faces a fatal threat from within, Lovelace and Gunner embark on a dangerous ranging, whereon they discover that more than the welfare of the Order is at stake. A rogue Dactyli named Alev amasses an army of those he calls the Burned Ones, mercenaries wielding elemental forces. Lovelace and Gunner are forced to grapple with unimaginable implications. Meanwhile, the grasp languishes under the oppressive rule of Osbert, who exploits the recent advent of the printing press to smoor the fires of budding enlightenment. To smoor them. A young woman, work that into a sentence today during a conversation. That's your challenge. A young woman named Kylene undertakes a journey to find her missing father, a prominent printer wanted for sedition. Her path leads her to the a mysterious group. I'm just going past that one. A mysterious group of outcasts with whom Kylene takes up refuge in the mantle of her father's fight for freedom. In the mountains of Drockforton, Lovelace and Gunner encounter a feral young woman, Cora. Her mere existence uproots an age-old belief and puts to ground a new truth. Magic can be awakened, magic can be taught. As their paths intertwine, a shared purpose emerges to expose Osbert's tyranny, thwart Alev's dangerous plot, and rekindle the flame of enlightenment. So begins the battle for the minds of the Graspish people and a quest for the heart of magic itself. And they do it only 344 pages. Galactic Satori Wars by Nick A. Breaker, third. Oh, Galactic Satori Wars Invasion. That's the name of the series, Galactic Satori Wars. Sorry. That last one just took the spit right out of me. Asher continues his fight and will not quit, but how can one young man's determination defeat advanced alien technology and ruthlessness? Humanity is stretched thin and is at a breaking point. Exclamation point. Earth's World Security Organization is in play now, but even with their resources, their outlook is bleak. Exclamation point. Can help from an ancient and benevolent alien race change the tide? Even with their assistance, how can 8 augmented young people hope to defend humanity from a race of aliens that can also predict the future? Time is short, and the people of Earth are doomed unless Asher and team can figure out a way to stop them. Tricked into building a portal that could move humanity into a new technological future, the invading aliens plan to commit genocide on Earth and use humanity's own greed and thirst for power to pull the switch! Exclamation point. Oh my. Last one for today. A Crown of Shadows and Starlight. The Asteria Chronicles number 3 by Aubrey Winters. That's also a pretty cover. Everything Astrid's ever known about the other realm is a lie. Having taken an unprecedented leap of faith, Astrid and Castiel must figure out a way to defeat Valerius without losing themselves to the unknown dangers of the other realm. Can they survive the perils of other realm? Can they uncover the secrets they need to learn? With new friends at their sides and enemies close behind, can Astrid defeat Valerius and save the lunar fae before it's too late? And they do it in only about 250 pages. That surprises me. This is Kindle Unlimited, though. Well, there's a couple there that I would maybe check out a little further. Not that I have 1,000 books on my TBR or anything like that, but I do. But yes, I will probably check out a couple more on there before I delete them from my list. All right, well, thank you guys. That is fantasy and science fiction being released this week. I did not include, there's like lit RPG and things like that I did not include, but it's a good sample. Okay, so tomorrow morning show is Freeform Friday. I'm not sure. I usually pick things that sound interesting or if we didn't have time for. If I remember right, we had time for everything today, this week. So it just might be some interesting things. Or we might talk about Garbaugust. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know till tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good Thursday. Be safe. Read good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm. Be a bookie monster. Yes, we do have sprints tonight. Nom nom. Have a good day.